going to say, you talk about another player not afraid to shoot the basketball.
Shara Eli has it. Tennessee not working very smoothly against this zone.
No, Auburn is doing a tremendous job of getting coverage and closing off all the angles for Tennessee.
Taisha Bluka shoots from the baseline.
Auburn is just really dominating this basketball game. You have one of the quickest players on the court and the best player for Auburn, Natasha Brackett, getting things going with the steal, the bucket, the hoop, and the horn. Here's a turnover, and there's Natasha Brackett off to the races, and instead of letting her go, Carol Lawson is called for the foul. Didn't look like much contact, but still, nothing you can do about it now.
That's the second foul on Lawson, so she has to come out of the game with 9:38 to go.
Right, and she doesn't even have any points in the game, so more fouls than points at this stage.
Brackett's got 7. Auburn on a 12-2 run, and the Tigers lead at 21-11.
And they're doing it with defense and boards, and that's the way you win basketball games.
This game was tied at 9-all. Baseline, Eli, nice drive on the baseline around Payne.
Good job by Eli to deck in on the baseline and get that basket.
And you see it, Auburn, the last 5 minutes, has been able to jump out with his 8-point lead. Brackett underneath, kicks it out, another free throw.
There's another.
Good again by Payne.
Great job by Payne, showing a little touch from the high post and just nails that basket.
10-point game, 9 minutes to go. Bad pass again from Jackson.
The Lady Vols look so out of sync, and that's...
Lawson working against the freshman Zolman.
I'm sorry, that's a direct result of what Auburn is forcing them to do. Auburn is creating the tempo in this game and creating opportunities for themselves to get steals and get easy baskets.
Brackett, run on the show, working against Moore. Shot clock at 3. Brackett for the corner, hits. Shot clock was at 2, and Brackett still got it to go.
And you put it in your big money player's hands, and she nails the basket. Auburn racing out to a 12-point lead over the Lady Vols.
And this zone has really given Tennessee fits.
It's giving them fits. They're forcing shots. They're
ball's out of bounds. That'll be to Tennessee.
You're right. Tennessee is forcing shots that really, they just look very out of sync. And Auburn is controlling this basketball game. They look very poised. They look very confident. They're staying within themselves and playing tremendous basketball.
Auburn has been playing different defenses this year. They haven't been in the zone all the time, but so far Tennessee not able to hit. Why not? Zolman inside. Good rebound. Her first basket. 10-point game. 25-15. Auburn, shooting well, has hit 6 of its last 7 field goal attempts. Tigers lead by 10. Loudon, another 3.
Loudon's not shy. We hear you loud and clear over here. That was a nice 3 by Nicole Loudon.
28-15. I like that. Loud and clear.
All right, I got a million of them.
That's what I'm afraid of. Zolman has her shot blocked. Eli gets fouled on the play.
Bob, again, Marita Payne is the best shot blocker on this team. The long reach and sent that shot back by Shauna Zolman.
Foul on Auburn. Foul is going to be on Loudon. That'll be her first. That will be the 17th foul on the Tigers, but this should be a 2-shot foul. No, it's a 1-and-1, they say, not in the active shooting. There's Shira Eli, one of the better free throw shooters on this team at 77%, and it's the free toss. Saw Pat Summitt looking for some answers here as her team has fallen behind by 13, now 12. To a very poised and well-coached Auburn team. Eli hits a both, and now Pat Summitt has a chance to regroup the troops. Down by 11 to the Auburn Tigers with 7:33 to go in this first half. It's Auburn 28, Tennessee 17 here on CSS.
Here I come, I'm for safest of all. I can lock on my doors. It's the only way to live in cars.
Get in the game and see your local Ford dealer for the most complete lineup of SUVs, including the Escape, the best-selling small sport utility vehicle with more total interior space than Jeep Liberty, Toyota RAV4, or Honda CR-V. How about Ford Explorer, the world's best-selling SUV with 123 major innovations, including a class-exclusive flip-down third-row seat and independent rear suspension. And don't forget the full-size SUV safety leader, Expedition, and the mighty Ford Excursion. See your local Ford dealer and go beyond the boundaries.
Real UT fans have it. It's a passion, a way of life. They feel it when the band forms the giant T. It's worn with pride. You see it in their homes, even on their cars. Oh yeah, real UT fans have it. Where can you get it? At Hound Dogs, where real UT fans shop. Hound Dogs is the ultimate shop for all things orange. Now with 6 locations across East Tennessee, Hound Dogs, where real UT fans shop.
Auburn leading Tennessee by 11, 28-17 at Thompson Bowling Arena with 7:33 to go in the first half. And Pat Summitt putting on a little coaching clinic during that halftime break, or the timeout break.
I can only imagine what she's saying right now. She's very disappointed in their intensity, their work ethic, and the way they've come out flat in their first SEC game on their home court. Very disappointing.
Give Auburn some credit, though. They've made some shots, 7 of their last 8, and the Tigers have earned this lead.
And they're being very aggressive offensively. Leading the way is Natasha Brackett.
She knifes in for the bucket and the foul.
Loses the headband but scores the bucket and has a chance for a three-point play.
She just stayed with that one. She had Lori Moore all over and just got around her.
And look at her quickness. If you can beat Lori Moore, turns the corner on Lori Moore, the dip move, up and in, basket and one.
And the foul is on Taisha Fluker. So to the line goes Natasha Brackett. She's been the difference in this game. She's got 12 points. Ashley Robinson back in for Tennessee. And out will go Fluker.
Putting Robinson in, trying to see if they can get some points down low and kind of stabilize their offense. But Auburn is playing that zone to perfection. They're not giving Tennessee anything. Every time they turn the corner, there's someone there with hands in their faces, bodies in the paint, and not allowing them any open looks.
Robinson top of the circle. Forces her way down the lane and draws the foul. Well, it's obvious. Joe Champy is saying, Tennessee, you're going to beat us. You're going to beat us from the outside. And then Carol Lawson and Brittany Jackson, 2 of Tennessee's better shooters, both on the bench watching.
Well, you're right. And when you talk about Tennessee and how well they shoot from the outside, up there three-point percentage tremendously this season by about 8 points. And so you're saying, okay, Tennessee is a solid three-point shooting team. And now they're basically daring them to beat them that way and hit three-point shots.
Robinson continues her adventures at the free throw line. Now 2 of 6 today. And now 2 of 7. And Payne rebounds for Auburn. 14 points is the Tiger lead with 6:47 to go in the first half. Auburn. Johnson out of the game. Makes a bad pass in the backcourt. They say it is over and back, though, as Derrick runs it down. Bad pass from Johnson, and now the ball goes back to Tennessee.
Well, Johnson comes into the game. She was a starter. She was the only player last year who started each and every one of their games, and now she's coming off the bench as a senior, but still a very valuable player for her team.
But a bad turnover there, and Tennessee gets the ball back. Tennessee looking for a spark from somebody, and Auburn stays in that zone. Moore runs into trouble, gives to Eli. There's that baseline move again. Can't finish. Robinson back up. She can't finish. And now the long rebound comes out to Brackett.
Again, just forcing Tennessee to, there's always someone in their face when they're shooting. There's always someone around them and making it very difficult for them to get open looks.
Tigers 10 of 15 from the field. Tennessee trying to step it up defensively. Shot clock is down to 10. Brackett over the top. Battle for the rebound, and finally Ashley Robinson comes out of there with it. Auburn just looks a step quicker today to the ball.
They do. They look crisp. They look very intense, and they already have good team speed, but today they look very impressive.
Robinson way away from the basket, now makes a move down the lane. Whistle, traveling violation. Robinson tries to knife all the way through the zone, and that's the first thing you're taught don't dribble inside against the zone.
That's right. And Bob, on the last two possessions, you have your 6'5" player trying to create something from the top of the key. That's not what you want. You want her to be able to park herself down low and get easy baskets in the paint. But once again, Auburn is just forcing Tennessee out of their rhythm.
Oh, backdoor look. They had Willingham wide open with the pass a little bit high from Kubik, and so it's a turnover. Auburn ran its half-court set very well, but the pass was just too high and out of bounds. 5:18 to go. Tennessee going to get Gwen Jackson back into the game, replacing Shira Eli, and now Kara Lawson comes in with those 2 fouls with 5:18 to go. And Zolman sits down.
So now they're back to their starting lineup and trying to make a run here in this last 5 minutes of the half.
Tennessee 6 of 24 from the field so far in this first half. We're 15 minutes in. Lawson trying to ignite something, and does.
With a perfect person, you see her pump her fist. She knows how important that basket was to try to help her team climb back in this game.
Now for the first time today, the crowd making some noise. They've been stunned by this Auburn precision. Baseline jump shot on the way. Answer no good for Auburn. That was Josie on the shot. Now Tennessee back the other way. Shot no good by Butts. On the rebound goes to Willingham. Louise Josie making her first appearance for Auburn. Number 44. She's out of Melbourne, Australia. Auburn now trying to get the momentum back in its side as the crowd trying to lift Tennessee defensively here.
And Auburn just being patient, resetting their offense as this clock ticks down and trying to get a basket.
Derrick trying to get that third foul on Lawson. Josie from the corner. Oh, check that. Make that Payne from the corner. No good, and a foul on Auburn. A box-out foul underneath. And that's going to be on Kubik.
When the Lady Vols need someone to come through in the clutch, Kara Lawson is always that player, and there she gets the fist pump, the big bucket for the Lady Vols.
All-time leader in three-point shooting for Tennessee. And drilled that one, her 26th three-pointer of the season, shooting over 40% from three-point. Tennessee has done an excellent job this year. They have 5 shooters on this team, over 40% at three-point range. Jackson, Lawson, Butts, the other Jackson, and Moore. And Robinson hits that free throw, finally gets it. Check that, Gwen Jackson gets it to go. Tennessee cuts it to 10. 4:11 to go.
And you can probably expect some full court pressure here, trying to create some turnovers and cut further into this lead.
Now the crowd really up and roaring. Derrick in backcourt. Really 2-on-4 right now. Derrick into all kinds of trouble. They get it across, though. Remember, there's no 10-second count in women's basketball.
But again, the clock winding down for Auburn.
Josie baseline against Lawson, lost her balance and traveled with it. Good pressure that time by Kara Lawson. So Auburn has turned it over a couple of times, and the Lady Vols have cut it into single digits. 3:43 to go in the first half. There's timeout on the floor. Auburn still leads Tennessee 31-22 here on CSS.
CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the week's basketball highlights for the Lady Vols with Coach Pat Summitt on the Pat Summitt Show, airing Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Tune in for my show on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
It's game time, and your local Ford dealer offers a winning lineup of trucks, all built Ford tough. For over 50 years, Ford F-Series has been a benchmark for toughness and the best-selling truck in the U.S. for the last 25 years in a row. With more torque than Chevy Silverado and more towing capacity than Toyota Tundra. Ford Ranger has been America's #1 selling compact pickup for the last 15 straight years. It's tough on the outside and comfy on the inside. Ford Trucks and your local Ford dealer, a winning combination.
Lady Vol fans are getting a little happier. They have whittled down a 14-point lead to 9, but still Auburn leads at 31-22. Tomorrow night on CSS, we've got a big game from the Southern Conference featuring the College of Charleston and East Tennessee State. Tip-off time is 7:30 Eastern right here on CSS, your source for college basketball in the Southeast. Bob Kessling and Elijah Bond at Thompson Bowling Arena, winding down the first half, and Tennessee trying to close with a flurry. Auburn now going a little bit man-to-man here.
And again, coming into this season, Joe Champy talked about...
There's Eli driving baseline and scores. Make that Butts. Tasha Butts scores on the baseline.
Nice job by Butts to cut the lead down to 7. But as I said, Joe Champy talked about switching defenses and having depth to make sure they can try to play more man-to-man. But right now they don't need to do that because they're stifling Tennessee with that zone defense.
Cut the lead down to 7. Lawson playing with 2 fouls there in the corner. Brackett pops out, misses. Rebound inside. Putback is good inside. Nice play by Willingham.
Excellent job by Willingham. Used her body, got the position, the inside position, put the ball up and put it in.
That's a momentum breaker for Tennessee as Willingham gets on the offensive glass as Auburn continues to lead the battle of the boards. There's a shot. Jackson blocked on the baseline by Tia Miller.
Well, that's a nice block by Tia Miller. Turns face-to-face with Gwen Jackson and says not today.
Nice play. Good timing by Miller.
It was a great job by Miller. Has the quick anticipation and times the ball perfectly.
Now the inside pass is good for the basket as Robinson gets loose inside on the inbounds play. A breakdown somewhere on the Auburn defense. Not supposed to give him a layup on the inbounds play. Here's Brackett over and back. Pressured at midcourt. Tasha Butts forces the over and back, and Auburn's going to take a timeout. Tennessee picking up the defensive pressure. And Brackett kind of lost where she was on the floor.
Well, they need to do something because their offense hadn't answered the call for them today. So they're trying to get it done defensively and force Auburn into some turnovers. Here you see the trap by Butts and Lawson, and Brackett dribbles the ball on the opposite side of the court.
So the turnover, the 9th of the first half for Auburn. We'll give it back. Auburn continues to shoot brilliantly. 55% from the floor, 11 of 20, and 9 of 10 at the free throw line. And you see Auburn with the turnover and the points off those turnovers, as Auburn really has played extremely well, but still the lead has been whittled down to 7.
It's been cut down. Tennessee has I guess the run basically started with Lawson hitting that 3, and now they've gotten a couple defensive stops and trying to cut this lead down even further.
Butts on the left wing for Tennessee. Now to Lawson straight out. Moore. An outside jumper is good by Laurie Moore.
The thing with Laurie Moore is the fact that this year she's become much more comfortable with shooting the basketball from outside. She leads the team in three-point percentage there, just a tad inside the line, and scores the goal.
Now the lead's down to 5. And Tennessee, the pressure has really affected Auburn's flow offensively. We're under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Tennessee is doing to Auburn what was done to them earlier in the game, disrupting them offensively and getting some easy baskets.
Robinson goes for a steal and fouls Miller. Good gamble, but she gets her. That's the second foul on Ashley Robinson.
Well, you know Moore to be a player that's strong defensively, but as I said, improved her outside shooting and gets a big basket for the Lady Vols.
Hit 45% of her outside shots. Now here's Miller at the strike for Auburn. And the Tigers continue to knock down free tosses. That's their 10th of the first half. Tennessee is 7 of 15 at the free throw line. Shira Eli back into the game for the Lady Vols, and Miller trying to give her team a 7-point lead. She's had 2 double-doubles this year, and on her way today is now she has 4 and a bunch of rebounds for Auburn in the first half. 35-28, the Auburn lead is 7.
The key here for Auburn is to get a defensive stop and try to get this back to a double-digit lead heading into the half.
Jackson at the free throw line. Knocks it down.
But thanks to Gwen Jackson, the lead is now down to 5, and the Lady Vols are looking to make this a one possession, get this down to under 5 points.
Brackett against Eli. Shut off out to Derrick. Here's a long jumper way off the mark and out of bounds as Stevenson can't get it to go. More pushes. Eli.
And you talk about Lori Moore and what she does with the basketball in her hands. Always a heads-up player and finds Shira Eli streaking for the uncontested layup.
Under a minute to go. Here's the pressure again by Tennessee, and Brackett followed up, almost to steal. Auburn breaks it, and an easy layup put up by Derrick. They broke the press, and Derrick had a wide lane right to the basket.
Bob, it looked like a delayed layup drill in a sense after all the defense flooded to half court, and Nancy Derrick got the easy lay-in.
Here's Jackson. She drives in. Whistle. Blocking foul on Auburn.
Here's Lori Moore, the leading assist woman for the Lady Vols, kicking it ahead to Shira Eli for the easy lay-in.
Gwen Jackson at the stripe. Scored 29 points twice this season. And out the line for her 7th point today and hits. Tennessee 1 of 9 from three-point range and only 8 of 16 at the free throw stripe.
And the person who hit that one three-pointer is going out of the game, Carol Lawson.
Little offense-defense here. They don't want Lawson to pick up her 3rd foul.
That's right.
And Jackson back to the stripe. All SEC player. She's from Alabama. Eufaula. And has 8 points in the first half. 3-point game. Auburn could take the last shot of the half. Derrick in front court. You guessed it, Brackett. They want her to take it. 5 seconds to go on the game clock. Brackett to the baseline. Forces it up, no good. Putback is good at the buzzer.
That was huge by Marita Payne to get that basket to give Auburn a 5-point lead heading into the half. Great job by Marita Payne.
So Payne gets the putback. And the Lady Vols head to the locker room, trailing the Auburn Tigers 39-34. Auburn had a 14-point lead. Tennessee cut it down to 3, but the Tigers have the advantage as we go to halftime. Halftime activities from Thompson Bowling Arena when we come back on CSS.
Hello, give me UT dishes. How about Tennessee pillows? Give me UT lamps. Sweatshirts, golf shirts, hats, flags, watches, shoes, pins, baby clothes, ties, license plates, prints. I knew they'd have all that.
Hound Dogs, where real UT fans shop.
CSS is your source for college basketball.
The Comcast New Year's sale is here. Call Comcast now and discover digital cable. Find more sports coverage on Comcast Sports Southeast and ESPN News. More educational programming on Discovery Health. And more fun for the whole family on Nick 2. Discover the clarity of HD TV. Now available. Find it all on Comcast Digital Cable. Get over 190 channels for $39.95. Plus your choice of one of our great premium networks like HBO, Showtime, Stars, or the Movie Channel. Call Comcast today.
Does your home or business have a dirty ceiling with unsightly stains? Tech Services of Knoxville has a cost-effective approach to cleaning acoustic tile, textured or sprayed ceilings, and walls. Tech Services uses an odorless biodegradable cleaning solution that will clean, sanitize, and deodorize at a fraction of the cost of replacement or painting. It's a safe and efficient way to remove odors and stains. Call Tech Services today for a free estimate, 970-1629.
We're the neighbors you should meet. There are lives we live and dreams we share. We drive your streets and we're always there. We live where you live. We're a good friend who really cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
CSS CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the week's basketball highlights, the Lady Vols, with Coach Pat Summitt on the Pat Summitt Show. Airing Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Tune in for my show on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
Tennessee Lady Vols at home today against the Auburn Tigers. Auburn trying to pull off what would be a big upset, leading at halftime by a score of 39-34. Bob Kessing, Elijah Bond back at halftime. This Auburn team came out, played extremely well in a tough place. They had a 14-point lead in this first half, controlled the tempo, and limited Tennessee to one shot early in the first half.
Well, as I said, don't be surprised by this Auburn Tiger squad. Pushed LSU to the limit, and here today, giving Tennessee all they can handle in the half court. That zone defense has really disrupted Tennessee offensively, and as a result, Auburn has gone down and got an easy basket.
Key factor for Tennessee in the first half, too. Kara Lawson picked up 2 quick fouls. That really hurt Tennessee's outside game, and meanwhile, Auburn kept throwing different looks at him.
Well, they threw different looks at him, and one big thing for them is the fact that they got Natasha Brackett off early. She struggled, came off that 5-point game and struggled. But this game, you don't see any struggles. You see her playing solidly, and also with the help of Nicole Willingham. They've been a dynamic duo and giving them a 5-point lead in this first half.
Auburn has withstood the first surge by the Lady Vols. Tennessee really picked up the defensive pressure midway in the second half, went to more traps, and that slowed Auburn down a little bit.
Well, it did. Tennessee has always been known as a strong defensive team, and here they're having to pull out all the stops just to try to climb back into this basketball game. They got Lori Moore getting some steals, kicking the ball ahead. They got some traps at half court to create easy baskets for themselves and close that lead down toward the end of the half.
But Auburn still has the lead over Tennessee at halftime, 39-34 here at Thompson-Boling Arena. We'll continue our halftime activities as Tennessee and Auburn battling it out here in Knoxville in just a moment on CSS.
Step up to a wardrobe suited for style. Tennessee's own Men of Measure Big and Tall Clothiers has over 70 famous maker lines, plus custom-made shirts and suits offer the fashion and the fit of business wear designed for guys of size. Select from Palm Beach, Cutter & Buck, Talia, Jack Victor, Hathaway, and many more at the savings you can appreciate all year round. Men of Measure and Men of Stature, serving Tennessee at 3 great locations. Fashion, fit, selection, and savings for guys of size.
It's game time, and your local Ford dealer offers a winning lineup of trucks, all built Ford tough. For over 50 years, Ford F-Series has been a benchmark for toughness and the best-selling truck in the U.S. for the last 25 years in a row, with more torque than Chevy Silverado and more towing capacity than Toyota Tundra. Ford Ranger has been America's #1 selling compact pickup for the last 15 straight years. It's tough on the outside and comfy on the inside. Ford Trucks and your local Ford dealer, a winning combination.
Every race I win.
Tennesseans love a parade.
And in one parade of homes after another, Tennesseans love the natural gas home heat and appliances home builders now install.
In many cities, 9 out of 10 parade homes are gas homes. Why?
Natural gas means lower utility bills and warm air comfort, not the cool air and high bills of the electric heat pump.
Join the parade to natural gas heat, water heat, other modern appliances.
Natural gas.
Covenant Health, Women's Heart Advantage.
Fort Sanders West Smart Score helps find heart trouble before symptoms appear.
Excellent. Park West Primary Rescue Angioplasty repairs damaged hearts fast.
Excellent.
Covenant Health educates thousands of women about heart risk.
Excellent. Because by joining together in the Women's Heart Advantage, the hospitals and other members of Covenant Health do more for women's heart health than we could ever do alone.
Covenant Health. Excellent. Together.
Welcome back to Thompson-Boling Arena, where the Auburn Tigers lead the Lady Vols 39-34 at halftime. I'm Elisha Bonds, joined now by Lady Vol head soccer coach Angie Kelly, who's kind enough to join us and talk about the tremendous season that she's had. First of all, Angie, welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I guess first off, the big question for you is talk about and put into words what it felt like and meant to you to lead your team to the first Sweet 16 berth, I guess, in school history.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Obviously, to go over to play in North Carolina, my alma mater, that was tough, and one of these days we're going to get them. So I told Anson to watch out. But it was just really, it was a special group. I thought the girls worked tremendously hard for us this past fall, and my coaching staff did an unbelievable job in just scouting the teams and the opponents, and I thought we were very well prepared in all aspects, and I think it showed in the team's performance.
Your team has really kind of put, this particular team has really kind of put Tennessee soccer on the map, and as I said, pushed to the best record in the history of this program. Talk a little bit again about how much excitement that you all brought to East Tennessee with your soccer program.
Well, we were just, our goal is to win the SEC championship and then to obviously win the NCAA championship. And to win the SEC championship and beat Florida is a huge deal, but it's a really huge deal. We got back to Knoxville. Everybody's so excited that we beat Florida to win the tournament, and it was just really exciting, and I just want to thank all the fans and the support. It's been incredible.
Now you're talking about support. I know that your team, as well as the Lady Vols, they kind of alternated and support each other. You saw the Lady Vols at your tournament game against North Carolina, and then you turned around and were at their basketball game in Carolina. Just kind of talk about how these teams kind of connect and really support one another.
Well, I think it starts with our coaching staff. So I can't thank Coach Summit and Nikki DeMoss and Holly Warlock enough for everything they've done for me and the program. And then some of our young ladies room together and their roommates, and it's just really kind of neat. It's been very special. They come to our games, and they're 6 feet tall, and our girls are 4 feet tall, and it's just kind of a cute dynamic. And when they came into our game against North Carolina, the fans went crazy, and then once again, that's Coach Summit changing her flight time just to be able to be there to support us, and I can't thank her enough.
Now, talking a little bit about some of your players, the ones who helped get you to the milestone, talk a little bit about them individually, first starting off with Keely Dowling.
Oh, well, Keely Dowling came off of a tremendous summer winning the World Cup in Canada, which was an unbelievable feat, and she captained that team for a long stretch of their games, and she's just a phenomenal leader, both on and off the field, and she's just done a tremendous job, and I'm thankful we have her for 2 more years.
Now, you're talking about having her for 2 more years, but you're losing a player in Kim Patrick. Just put into words what she's meant to your program over the years.
Well, to come from winning 2 national championships at North Carolina and to come over here and take a chance on me in this program was awesome, and she put us on the map. She's a tremendous goal scorer, and she scored a lot of crucial goals for us and came up big in big games, and she's what you would call a gamer, and I just look forward to watching her play in the WSA.
All right, well, we look forward to that as well. Coach Angie Kelly, a winner of 4 national championships as a player, looking for her first national title eventually as a coach, and we're hoping that happens here at the University of Tennessee. It's the Auburn Tigers, once again, leading the Lady Vols 39-34 at the half. We'll be right back after this.
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. Monday Night Watch as College of Charleston travels to Johnson City to take on East Tennessee State. Game tips off at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. Tuesday Night Watch as the women of DePaul play the Lady Vols at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Then stay tuned for Rutgers at Notre Dame.
Watch Atlantic Sun basketball action on CSS. The A-Sun Friday night game of the week tips off 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central every Friday night. Follow A-Sun basketball on CSS all season long. January 17th, Mercer at Troy State. The Bears head to Troy State to take on the Trojans. A key A-Sun South Division matchup. Friday at 8, 7 Central on CSS.
Fans have it. It's a passion, a way of life. They feel it when the band forms the giant T. It's worn with pride. You see it in their homes, even on their cars. Oh yeah, real UT fans have it. Where can you get it? At Hound Dogs, where real UT fans shop. Hound Dogs is the ultimate shop for all things orange. Now with 6 locations across East Tennessee, Hound Dogs, where real UT fans shop.
Lady Vols back out on the floor. Auburn to follow in just a moment. Getting set for the second half here. Auburn, a very impressive first 20 minutes, leading Tennessee 39-34. Bob Kessling and Elijah Bond with you today from Thompson Bowling Arena. Good first half for Auburn, Elijah.
It was a great first half for Auburn. Here you take a look at Marita Payne showing some range from the free throw line and nails that basket. Then Natasha Brackett, we talked about containing her, and the Lady Vols haven't been able to do that. One of her key buckets. But talking about key buckets, there was one for the Lady Vols that started their run to close the lead down, and then Tasha Butt slices on the baseline and double pump. And the Lady Vols go into the locker room trailing by 5 points.
And you saw that Lawson bucket. At that time, Auburn led it 31-17, and that helped Tennessee get some momentum to slice the lead eventually down to 3 points, but Auburn leads by 5 at half. You see the shooting. Auburn is really controlled there. Free throw line, three-point range, and Lawson had the only three-pointer made for Tennessee.
Yeah, and you're talking about Auburn shooting a good percentage from the field, and Tennessee struggling, and that's just simply a matter of getting easy baskets off their defensive pressure.
So Joe Ciampi's team has the lead. Can Kara Lawson and the Lady Vols come back? We'll see. Second half action coming up next on CSS.
Tune in to Shop at Home for quality products and honest values.
CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the week's basketball highlights of the Lady Vols with Coach Pat Summitt on the Pat Summitt Show. Airing Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Tune in for my show on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
CSS is your source.
This week, Comcast delivers the hits you want on In-Demand.
Aliens beware. Those men in black are back on duty. Scare up family fun with Scooby and the gang. The man of your screams is back from the dead. And catch Austin Powers in his hippest adventure.
All this week on In-Demand pay-per-view, delivered home by Comcast.
McKinney's Bridal Prom and Tuxedo is Roane County's complete wedding shop, with over 1,000 dresses in stock from most major lines from sizes 1 to 30. McKinney's also has a large selection of pageant and flower girl dresses available for those little darlings. At McKinney's, you can rent a tuxedo from more major companies than any store around, and even rent on short notice. McKinney's also has wedding bells, dyeable shoes, all styles of jewelry, and wedding equipment to meet your needs. Don't miss McKinney's past price sale on selected in-stock wedding and prom dresses, now in progress.
This part to try and rev up the crowd as we start second half action. Auburn leading 39-34. You see the leading scorer, Natasha Brackett with 12 points. LaCoy Willingham with 8. And Gwen Jackson with 8 to lead the Lady Vols. And Ashley Robinson with 6. Auburn will have it first to start second half action. And Tennessee is going to pick them up man-to-man right at midcourt.
Bobby, you always talk about, every coach talks about the first 5 minutes of that second half, and that will determine whether Auburn pushes this lead up or Tennessee comes back to retake the lead.
Brackett, that's who they want to have the ball, working against Butts. Shot clock at 10. Stevenson looking low from Miller, not there. Tennessee overplaying everywhere, and a traveling violation on Brackett. Tennessee didn't let him breathe that time.
No, they didn't. They got the coverage and didn't allow Brackett to turn that corner on that left side, which is her favorite.
See the double team. Robinson, we noticed, is not wearing 33. She's wearing 55. Apparently some blood on the jersey, so she's had to change it. Butts to Moore. Get it inside, and a pass knocked away. Stolen. Good hands inside that time by Willingham. We're 1 minute in, second half, and Auburn continues to lead by 5.
And they need to go right back to the players that got it done for them in the first half, and that's Brackett and Willingham combining for 20 points in the first half.
This could be a battle between those two out front, Moore and Brackett. Now a ball knocked away by Tennessee. Quickly in front court, Lori Moore. Lawson open for 3.
Bob, she doesn't miss too many of those wide open. You can't leave Kara Lawson wide open. She'll nail almost every shot from downtown.
That's as close as Tennessee has been in a long, long time. 2. In fact, as close as it's been since the game was tied.
The game was tied, yes.
Tia Miller at the free throw line, working against Robinson. In trouble, forces it up. Robinson got a piece of it. And now Tennessee with a chance to tie it or take the lead.
Kara Lawson, 9 points on threes, and they've all been huge for this basketball team. She hits the first one to start a run in the first half. She hits the second one to close it to 2, and the third one to take the lead for the Lady Vols, 40-39.
2 bombs for Kara Lawson gives the Lady Vols the lead, 40-39. First time Tennessee has led this thing since it was 7-4. Quick timeout by the Auburn Tigers. 18-13 to go on the game, and Tennessee, on the strength of Lawson's long bombing, now has the lead by 1.
Hi, I'm Keith Widmer of Petros Chili and Chips, and this is my brother Dale. We're here at Neyland Stadium. Hey, Dale, why don't you try this on? Petros is the only outside food vendor in Neyland Stadium. Petro combines corn chips and the finest chili, cheeses, green onions, tomatoes, sour cream, and more. Enjoy at Petro here or at any of our locations. Hey, Dale, ready to run through the tea? Sure. Remember, enjoy a glass of our famous hint of orange iced tea.
CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the week's basketball highlights for the Lady Vols with Coach Pat Summitt on the Pat Summitt Show, airing Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Tune in for my show on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
CSS brings you college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the Mississippi State highlights on MSU Basketball with Rick Stansberry, airing Sunday nights at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central.
Hello, I'm Rick Stansberry. Watch my show on CSS.
Tennessee has surged in front thanks to the sharp shooting of Kara Lawson.
You don't need to look any further if you're the Lady Vols and trying to find someone. And look at the reaction. Trying to find someone who can get a game turned around for you with their shooting. Kara Lawson has been drilling it from downtown and put the Lady Vols ahead.
Well, she's the all-time leading three-point shooter in Tennessee history and just got back-to-back three-pointers. And Tennessee leads by a point. Now let's see if Auburn can answer. Here's the Tennessee run, 23-8. Back quickly the other way, no good. And another putback is going to be good this time by Willingham.
That's a nice job by Willingham of following her shot. Missed the first one, went right up, got the contact, and put it in.
So Auburn finally breaks the Tennessee press and gets an easy layup. Auburn stays in the zone. Lawson, 3 in a row. Not this time. And the ball is saved out of bounds. There is a no. Jackson's on the baseline. And so the ball goes back to the Auburn Tigers. So the Tennessee lead only lasted about 10 seconds. Jackson's foot's on the line right there. Good call. As we mentioned, veteran crew today, Doc Six, Sally Bell, and Wesley Dean. They've been around the block a few times. Stevenson walked with it.
Tennessee kind of throwing Auburn off a little bit, this full court pressure, then they push it back to half court and extend it all the way out and disrupting Auburn's offense.
Interesting stat on the game, Auburn with 12 turnovers and no assists so far.
But still have the lead by 1.
Checks at They got 5 assists. I'm sorry, read the wrong column there. 5 assists for Auburn. 12 turnovers, though. Left side, Butts drives baseline. Butts gets it off inside. Robinson puts it up, missed it, and will go to the line.
Bob, the thing is, you can find openings in that zone. You have to move the ball. You have the penetration there. Tasha Butts found the seam on the baseline and dished it off to Ashley Robinson, who was fouled down low.
So Robinson now steps to the stripe. It's been an adventure there today. 2 of 7, but she hits that one. That's all mental, isn't it? Free throw shooting and technique, getting the same repetition.
You have to step up there every time and do the same thing. And sometimes when players start to struggle, they start to tinker with their routine, and that throws them off even further. But there she nails the basket, the free throw to put the Lady Vols up by 1.
Goes, good stroke that time, and now it's a 1-point game. 3 minutes in, second half. Tennessee leads by 1.
And again, you see the pressure, the full court pressure, trying to create more turnovers.
Auburn breaks it, but a good play by Robinson to save it.
You're right, there's a turnover.
And then she throws it away.
And there's another one.
Falling out of bounds, she tried to save it, but threw it behind Lori Moore. But good effort by Ashley Robinson.
It was a great effort. Got those long arms, just a quick anticipation, tipped it away, grabbed it, but kind of fell back a little bit and just threw the ball out of bounds.
Well, Auburn in the first half played with a lot of poise. Now we'll see if Auburn can regain that poise and get something out of the half-court offense.
And I think the way you do that is put the ball in the hands of Brackett, put the ball in the hands of Nicole Willingham, who's one of your veteran players.
Shot clock down to 10 again. Jerry forces it up, no good, no whistle, and Robinson pulls out of there with it. Now to Moore.
Oh, that's
Here's
beautiful.
Jackson running the floor, can't finish.
It was a beautiful look, but Gwen Jackson couldn't finish the bucket in the paint.
Brackett against Moore. Shot blocked by Robinson, and back the other way we go. Butts. Jackson. Foul.
Wow, how about Ashley Robinson getting that break started with a monster block, and Gwen Jackson on the other end will try to cash it in for 2 points. Ashley Robinson says, return to sender, address unknown, Bob Kessler. And then the face of Ashley Robinson coming up with the big play for her team.
Gwen Jackson at the line. She's got 9 points on the day as she nails that free toss.
But you see how important defensive play is, the solid defensive play is by Robinson is for the Lady Vols, creating break opportunities for her team.
So the lead is 2 for Tennessee, 43-41. Tennessee has missed 9 free throws in this game, 12 of 21 at the stripe. Auburn has missed just 1, 11 of 12. Tennessee has taken 9 more free throws in the game. Auburn not getting much motion now.
No, they're not. And they're off
inside, though. That shot and a foul from behind. The lob down low to Willingham. And a foul on Tennessee.
Right, Auburn is running their offense above the outside the three-point line and just hoping to get a play down low, and there's the pass down to Nicole Willingham, who earned her way to the free throw line.
She was able to get Butts on her back that time, pin her underneath, and picks up the foul. That's 11 points now for Willingham, and now Eli comes in, and Gwen Jackson goes out. So Willingham, the junior out of Augusta, Georgia, hits them both. She's got 12 on the day. And now we're tied at 43 on the 2 free throws by Willingham. First media timeout, second half. 15:41 to go, and we are tied. Tennessee 43, Auburn 43, as you watch SEC basketball on CSS.
CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the week's basketball highlights of the Lady Vols with Coach Pat Summitt on the Pat Summitt Show. Airing Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Tune in for my show on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
I win.
Get instant money from H&R Block. The world's first way to walk in with your taxes and walk out with a loan check. Come into H&R Block.
Mom? Dad?
I snuck out. You caught me.
Invaded my privacy. I hated it.
I hated you.
I thought you were the worst parents in the world.
Thanks.
You're in control at Scottrade. Free streaming quotes and charts. Pick the stocks you want to watch. Make your move. Done. Scottrade.
I want to thank our customers once again for rating Scottrade highest in investor satisfaction by J.D. Power & Associates for the 3rd time in a row.
Over 165 offices nationwide. Call Scottrade at 1-800-619-SAVE or visit Scottrade.com.
We've been tied, this time at 43 with 15:41 to go here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Starting tomorrow night on CSS, tune in every Monday night at 6 o'clock Eastern for the Buzz Peterson Show, followed by the Pat Summitt Show at 6:30 right here on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast. Bob Kessling, Elijah Bond, and a good one today, Tennessee and Auburn, but kind of what we expected. This Auburn team has a way to hang around and make things tough for you.
Well, they do. They have a veteran team, and their players have shown just a great deal of poise today in keeping this game tied. They were in control by 14 points, and now they're trying to turn the corner again and get a lead.
Those 2 field goals in the game in the second half for Tennessee from Kara Lawson. Moore misses but gets her own rebound and brings it back out front to Lawson. Shira Eli makes a move and gets fouled. So Eli aggressively goes into the lane and picks up the foul. That's going to be on Stevenson. That's her 3rd.
And that's Shira Eli's game, the ability to take people off the dribble, the quickness. She's the lefty. She struggled, though, a little bit in this new motion offense because there's so much of the passing and not as many one-on-one opportunities for a player like Shira Eli. But she'll eventually find her way and her comfort zone in this offense.
The last couple of years, Tennessee's been running the old triangle offense that Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan ran with the Chicago Bulls. Now they got to this motion offense. Pat Summitt just thought her offense got a little stagnant. Needed to get more movement in it.
It was at times. They would get to the half court and kind of stand and stare at one another. So she turned to the coaches at Villanova and tried to find some answers. And so she's put in a new offensive system.
There's the trap on the sideline, and a timeout is asked for by Willingham. Boy, Tennessee trapping in this thing like piranha. Or did Auburn? I guess Auburn threw the ball off one of the Tennessee players. That's what they did. Didn't call a timeout. Just took it off one of the Tennessee players to save possession and save a timeout to boot. Auburn getting it inbound.
Oh, that's nice.
Good pass, and the layup is good by Willingham.
You have Brackett just getting the ball, streaking to the hole, and just dumps it off to Nicole Willingham down in the paint.
Auburn back in front by 1. Willingham with 14, Brackett with 12 to lead the Tigers.
And those are your 2 money players, the 2 players that have to come to play each night to give the Tigers a chance.
Robinson double team. Out front, her pass stolen by Brackett. Bad pass. Brackett against Eli. Brackett spins, goes to the basket. No good. Brackett trying to get her own rebound. Does. She's tied up. Alternate possession goes to Tennessee.
But she's exciting, isn't she, though? She leads her team in steals. And on that last play, you saw her step in the lane. But here you see her also leading the team in assists. And she finds her teammate, Nicole Willingham, to put Auburn back up by 1.
3rd assist for Brackett today to go along with those 12 points. Auburn up by 1.
You're asking where's the scoring going to come from with this group? Potentially Lori Moore. The best three-point shooter percentage-wise for the Lady Vols. She shows you why, straight up and straight down.
Tennessee gets the lead back by 2. Moore in the game. That's her first 3-pointer. She has 7 points. Here's the trap out front. Moore and Brackett really getting a lot of contact. No whistle. Right side, long 3-pointer is going to be no good this time by Willingham, and the rebound comes off to Butts. Now another steal. A bad pass by Butts. Racing to the other hand. Willingham lays it up and in.
By Willingham, you have her stepping in the lane and stealing and getting a huge play for Auburn. Converts it, goes coast to coast, and scores the bucket.
Tennessee has only had 7 turnovers for the game, but a couple of costly ones here in the last minute or so.
That's right. It's all about timing. And there, Nicole Willingham got the big steal for her team, but Kara Lawson answers right back with her fourth three-pointer of the game to give the Lady Vols a 3-point lead.
Lawson off the curl. She's hit 3 of them this half.
And they're continuing that full court pressure, trying to create more scoring opportunities to try to open up this game.
Biggest lead the Lady Vols have had this half.
They're fighting and scratching for everything they have, and Auburn certainly not going to roll over for them. Let's see if they can get a bucket on this possession.
They lob it inside. Payne had it off her fingertips, but Moore knocks it out of bounds. But only 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Nicole Willingham does a little bit of everything for her basketball team. Leads the team in rebounding, but here gets the steal and the conversion on the other end on a huge play for the Tigers.
Butts goes out for Tennessee. Now Auburn has 2 seconds on the shot clock. Auburn gets it in bounds. Up for the shot and good right at the buzzer by Willingham.
That's just a veteran knowing how much time there is, knowing exactly what she needed to do, and she converts the bucket.
Jackson the other way. That's no good. Ball is going to be saved in bounds. Right back to Robinson in the corner. Tennessee up by 1. See the three-point shooting on the season, and today Tennessee 5 of 16. Lawson has 4 of those three-pointers. Eli, strong move.
That's nice. We talked about Shouter Eli's ability to go one-on-one off the dribble, and just a swooping left-hand layup for Shouter Eli.
Johnson into the game now for Auburn. Lakeisha Johnson with the ball and gets it out front to Derrick. Tennessee up by 3. Backdoor cut, and a charging foul on Willingham. Eli got in the lane, and Willingham ran her over.
Well, you see Shouter Eli on one end scoring a basket for the Lady Vols, and they're getting a crucial defensive stop and a charge on Nicole Willingham.
Now we get our second media timeout of the half. Joe Champy not looking very happy now as his team has fallen behind by 3. 52-49. SEC basketball here on CSS.
You know, we sing for millions of girls, but helping out in schools, that's the real deal, baby. I know our love can multiply, 'cause you're the X and I'm the Y.
I'm the cute one, you know what I'm saying? So, have you ever been backstage before?
Okay, guys, this is an abacus. It's an old school calculator. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like the circle and the square, our geometry is a perfect pair.
Now, why should kids know about gravity?
Well, gravity holds them down.
I once was one, but now we're 2. I'm spinning out of control. Want to swear my love to you.
CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Preview the Ole Miss basketball highlights on Ole Miss Basketball with Rod Barnes, airing Sunday nights at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central.
Catch Ole Miss basketball with Rod Barnes on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
Auburn led at halftime by 5, 39-34, but Kara Lawson's hot outside shooting has powered Tennessee back in front, 52-49. Turnovers have been a key as Tennessee has really turned up the pressure.
They've turned up the pressure, and as you take a look at Nicole Willingham taking a much-needed rest for her basketball team, but Tennessee has turned up the pressure and turned around this game.
Willingham also on the bench now with 3 fouls. She has 18 points, but she'll sit out now for a while. Here's Robinson, strong move to the basket and foul from behind. Tell you what, Robinson has become much more aggressive the last several games.
Which is exactly what the Lady Vols needed. As I mentioned earlier, Gwen Jackson kind of struggling over her last few games or so, and Ashley Robinson is finally getting comfortable, finally getting that confidence back in her knee, getting her mobility where it needs to be, and just really being solid on both ends, defensively, blocking shots, rebounding, and scoring baskets for the Lady Vols.
First 8 games this year, Robinson didn't score in double figures. Now 3 of the last 5 she's been in double digits, but she misses that free toss, but a good strong rebound by Eli.
Eli just went off the trampoline for that one and then just turned around and nailed a short jumper.
55-49, Tennessee leads by 6. Biggest lead of the day for the Lady Vols.
Now this is a crucial stage for Auburn. Do you cut into the lead or do you allow the Lady Vols a chance to open this game up? There's a beautiful pass. Oh, there's a beautiful pass.
Shot blocked by Robinson. Lawson comes out of there with it. Lori Moore shut off on the baseline. Tennessee also has Brittany Jackson back into the game, so 2 of their best outside shooters in there right now. But a bad pass by Moore inside, and a foul is going to be called. Boy, Tennessee got to break that time. A horrible pass.
They certainly did.
But Kubik, they say, fouled over the top. That'll be your second foul.
Well, here's Ashley Robinson just closing the roof down on Natasha Brackett and once again trying to start a fast break opportunity for her basketball team.
Now Nicole Loudon comes into the game, and out will go Nancy Derrick. Loudon gave him a little energy in the first half.
Yes,
inside on the Robinson gets inside on the inbounds play.
Robinson is just really, as we said, just been picking up momentum game in and game out. And as this game goes along, her presence in the paint is very crucial for her team.
Brackett really battling Moore. Jumper outside, no good, and Eli ranks off the board. Lori Moore in front court. Lawson, don't leave her open.
Don't leave her open, Bob. That is a huge shot. 2 seconds ago, it was a 3-point lead for the Lady Vols. Now, Kara Lawson, with her 3rd 3-pointer from the same spot, opens this game up to an 11-point lead for the Lady Vols.
Auburn's got to take another timeout. 4 3-pointers for Lawson here in the second half.
So you have Robinson just ducking in and converting in the paint. But then you turn around and step outside with Kara Lawson. Nothing but net from 3. Her 4th of the half, her 5th of the game. And the reaction from Kara Lawson, knowing how important that her contributions are for her basketball team.
So 10:08 to go in the game. And Lawson, the veteran from Alexandria, Virginia, has really turned this game around for Tennessee. She had 23 against Auburn last year in one of the games. So she's scored some points against these Tigers.
She has, and also with Kara Lawson, every now and then she might get off to a slow start in a game and not really score many points, and then she just explodes as she's doing now, and you look up and she's opened this game up for her team.
Well, Auburn really's got to get something going offensively now. And who's going to score?
And there's plenty of time left. They don't have. Oh, that's nice.
Miller can't finish. Ball loose on the floor. They scramble after out of bounds off of Auburn.
I was just saying that there's plenty of time, 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game for Auburn. They don't have to panic. They just have to regain that poise that they've shown pretty much throughout most of this game and just slowly chip away at this lead.
But the key thing is they've got to have stops, and they haven't stopped Tennessee much this half. Lawson again.
Lawson
How about that?
The dagger. She is just smelling blood out there on the court and smiling and having a good time and just bullseye.
She's 6 of 7 now from the field at 3-point range in the game.
Kara Lawson is just a lone ranger out there, just nailing threes.
And Auburn can't get a good look, and a long 3 is no good, but they get an offensive rebound.
Here's a chance for Auburn to reset and try to get a better look at the basket.
Johnson. That's no good. Long rebound. Battle for it. Tennessee's got to run out. Lori Moore. Lawson there to get the rebound. Now Tennessee going to back it out with 8:45 to go on the clock. What a turnaround. Auburn led by 14 in the first half. Tennessee now leads by 14 here in the second half. Brittany Jackson, nice on the baseline and draws the foul. Well, if you got a scattering report on Brittany Jackson, you know when she catches it, there's about a 90% chance she's going to put it up.
There's a 90% chance that when she steps in the gym, she's going to put it up from anywhere. And as I said, there have been a few times in this game where she's gone against the scouting report. Instead of standing out there and shooting, she put the ball on the floor and driven to the hole.
She's got 4, and Tennessee now pushes the lead out of 15.
But, Bob, going back to your point about the momentum swing in this game, Auburn was so poised early on, getting solid defensive stops and good looks at the basket. Then Tennessee turned up the defensive pressure. Kara Lawson has gotten hot from downtown, and now the Lady Vols are up by 16 points.
65-49. 8.5 minutes to go. Since the Lawson three-pointer in the first half that cut the lead down to 31-20. Tennessee has really had the momentum since then, and basically with defense. And Auburn still can't get it to go. Still can't get it to go. Out of bounds to Auburn with 8:08 to go in the game.
That basket is just shrinking for Auburn, and the good looks are getting tougher and tougher to come by thanks to the Lady Vols. And you look at the discrepancy in scoring, Tennessee with 32 points compared to Auburn 17, and a lot of that is Lawson hitting three-pointers.
Lawson's got 18, and Moore with 7 in the backcourt. Auburn's not the best three-point shooting team in the league either, only 30%. Brackett. Tough going. She earned that one.
That was, yeah, she really did earn her money on that basket. Got the basket in the lane, contested, and then Eli breaks away for a lay-in on the other end.
67-51. Make sure Eli's okay. Hit the basket support. Robinson rebounds.
Auburn just got such a quick shot. Didn't really take the time to work through their offense.
Latoya Davis driving to the basket, and a charging foul is called. Davis determined, but she ran over Nicole out. Now a timeout is going to be asked for. Immediate timeout with 7:32 to go in the game. This game has turned around. In the first half, it was Auburn dictating tempo. This half, it's been all Tennessee as the Lady Vols now lead by 16 here on CSS.
CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the week's basketball highlights for the Lady Vols with Coach Pat Summitt on the Pat Summitt Show. Airing Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Tune in for my show on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. Monday Night Watch as College of Charleston travels to Johnson City to take on East Tennessee State. Game tips off at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. Tuesday Night Watch as the women of DePaul play the Lady Vols at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Then stay tuned for Rutgers at Notre Dame.
Watch Atlantic Sun basketball action on CSS. The A-Sun Friday night game of the week tips off 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central every Friday night. Follow A-Sun basketball on CSS all season long. January 17th, Mercer at Troy State. The Bears head to Troy State to take on the Trojans. A key A-Sun South Division matchup Friday at 8, 7 Central on CSS.
Tennessee has exploded here in the last 5 minutes. The game was tied at 47. But since then, the Lady Vols have outscored the Tigers 20-4 to grab this lead. Tonight on CSS, it's the season premiere of Talkin' Hoops with Wimp and Sonny. Host Matt Stewart joins former SEC basketball coaches Wimp Sanderson and Sonny Smith to discuss all the latest basketball news. This live call-in show can only be seen on CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast. Well, Joe Champy's team has got to make a huge comeback here in the last 7:32 and generate some offense to counteract Kara Lawson, who has been outstanding today with those 18 points, 6 of 7 from three-point line.
Well, Bob, you're right. Lawson has exploded and done a great job for the Lady Vols in this second half. But Auburn, the key for them is the fact that they've gotten away from what worked so well for them in the first half, showing patience and getting defensive stops and being a poised basketball team.
I think Tennessee's defense has had something to say about that, so they've really turned the pressure up.
You're right, and it's exactly what's turned this game around. And now you see Tennessee still putting that defensive pressure on Auburn and forcing them to shoot from outside.
Shots way off the mark. Here's Lawson on the run. Lawson right to the basket. Puts it up no good, but draws the foul.
There, Lawson refused to stop at the three-point line, saw the opening, and just continued her momentum toward the basket and drew the foul.
And so Kara Lawson goes to the line, and she doesn't miss there very often. She's only an 89% free throw shooter. She's becoming an accomplished piano player. She's already got a degree here at Tennessee.
She promised me she was going to play a concerto for me. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
She's playing a number on Auburn today.
That's true. What is that, the long-distance lullaby?
She's tinkling the twine today here on Auburn. 19 points, and Kara going for 20 on the afternoon. Got it. Quite a day for Kara Lawson. Joe Champion's team hadn't had many answers for her. Long pass. Nice power move to the basket by Willingham. She's got 20, which is 3 off her career high.
Willingham is such a solid basketball player, can take the contact in the lane, as you saw in that play, and still score.
One thing about Tennessee, though, they've got such a deep bench.
They do.
And Pat Summitt's trying to get that bench more involved. She thinks by March, being able to go 10, 11 deep is going to be a big advantage for this Tennessee team. McDaniel from the corner. That's way short. There's a holding foul inside on McDaniel. You take away the three-point shots by Kara Lawson today, and Tennessee's only made one other three-pointer, and that's by Lori Moore. McDaniel picks up the foul. The junior out of Bristol, Tennessee, been battling some shoulder injury problems, trying to get healthy.
How about those socks today also?
Those powder blue socks.
Powder blue.
Brackett from the corner. Hits it. That's a three.
That's a shot that Brackett can hit.
Nice steal. Brackett.
Another one.
Missed that one. Gets another rebound.
There's another one she can hit by Brackett. Didn't give up on the play and scored 5 quick points in a matter of seconds for Auburn.
And she also got an offensive rebound to boot, so she really padded the stats that time. 69-58, so just like that, Auburn has cut it down to 11.
That's right. And so now here's a chance for them to get a key defensive stop. Here's a timeout, but when they come back, a chance to get a key defensive stop to cut this lead under double digits.
Pat Summitt takes the timeout. And Summitt's going to make some changes as you get Shira Eli back into the contest. Tennessee's lead down to 11. Still plenty of time left. 5:35 remaining. Kara Lawson leading Tennessee with 20 points on the day. Laco Willingham has 20 for Auburn, and Natasha Brackett with 19. Lady Vols will stay here. They will play against DePaul coming up on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, the Auburn Tigers have a home game coming up next week against Alabama. So they got a week off, so they'll play on the 19th against Alabama at home. You see Laco Willingham's numbers, season high 21, and she's got 20 today. She's given good effort trying to pull off this upset. Still time to do it. Zolman, top of the circle. And that's a blocking foul going to be called on Auburn.
Bob, you're talking about Laco Willingham. As a freshman, she was on the first team. She was first team, all SEC. And last year, she was on the second team. She's a very capable basketball player that's putting it all together on both ends of the court for the Auburn Tigers.
Shadow Zolman at the line for Tennessee. I think she could hit these with her eyes closed.
I think she can.
94% free throw shooter, scored over 3,000 points in high school. Just an outstanding shooter, and watch the form. It's the same every time.
That's right, and that's what we talked about earlier. Not messing with that technique, just sticking to it. And she goes with what works for her and nails both.
I'd like to ask her one time how many in a row she's ever hit. I bet it's close to 100.
I bet it is.
She just looks like a machine there. 5:15 to go. There's Kane on the baseline. She's hit a couple from there, not this time, and then a battle on the boards. And LaCole Willingham gets inside.
Like you said, it's LaCole Willingham mixing it up and positioning her body for a chance to get offensive boards and to put some more points on the board for her team.
That's her 10th rebound, so she's got a double-double. Her 4th of the season and 3rd straight double-double. Auburn trying to get it in bounds, does so out front to Payne. Loud shoots over Zoll. No good. That's a big miss for Auburn. And now back the other way. Great pass. Lawson on Daniels. She scores. And she's fouled on the play.
You talk about the play savvy and the vision of someone like Karen Lawson, the presence of mind to not even come down with the ball and kick the ball across the lane to a streaking Courtney McDaniel. This is just outstanding basketball and giving Courtney McDaniel the chance for the three-point play. And the socks. The socks have it. It's got to be the socks.
Powder blue socks. And she gets the three-point play. That makes it 74-58. Boy, what a great game Lawson's been playing. Got off to a slow start. Willingham now takes a seat for Auburn with 4:47 to go. Didn't look too happy to come out of the game.
Well, she and Brackett haven't really sat down much in this game, and being a competitor, you want to be out there with the game on the line and trying to help your team.
That's the 4th foul, by the way, on Willingham.
Turn the corner and try to win this game.
It's been a 30-point turnaround. Tennessee was down by 14 in the first half, and now up by 16. No good outside, and Shira Eli gets the rebound. Solman, left side. Long bomb. She can fill it up, can't she?
That's right, from the hands of one big three-point shooter to another. Lawson to Zolman, nothing but net for the freshman.
Loud trying to answer, can't do it. Long rebound, Eli. Eli, bounce past Zolman.
Oh, wow.
Good look, McDaniel shot blocked from behind. Nice play by Payne.
That was a great job recovering by Marita Payne, rotating in on that play.
Brackett. Good look, Payne.
That was a nice look. You just look to the opposite side when that double team comes, and Stevenson is down there all by herself for the soft jumper.
Shira Eli going to try one. Eli knocks it home. She's got 15.
Now everything's falling for the Lady Vols. They're stepping outside. They're moving it in a little closer, and everything is going their way in the second half.
79-60. Tennessee's put a lot more energy, and Auburn just has not been able to generate enough offense. Tigers only averaging 71 points a game. Solman on the floor, tied up. Alternate possession goes to Auburn with 2:45 remaining. Take our last official timeout of the game. The freshman Solman has come on to help Tennessee. Lady Vols in control, 79-60.
University of Tennessee Sports. Emotion. Tradition. Sponsored by Men of Measure, Men of Stature, Big and Tall Clothiers. Fashion, fit, selection, and savings. By Little Debbie Snacks. Unwrap a smile today. By BB&T. BB&T, Branch Banking and Trust. By Petros Chili and Chips. Guaranteed love at first bite. Now serving Neyland Stadium, Thompson Bowling Arena, and Lindsey Nelson Stadium. And by Hound Dogs, where real UT fans shop.
Review each week's college basketball action with legendary coaches Wimp Sanderson and Sonny Smith on Talkin' Hoop with Wimp and Sonny. Live call-in show airs Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central on CSS.
The Lighter Side of Sports, hosted by NFL star Mike Doley, and featuring some hilarious sports moments from all over the world, is coming soon.
The Lighter Side of Sports, available only on CSS.
CSS is your source for college basketball from around the region. Don't miss the week's basketball highlights for the Lady Vols with Coach Pat Summitt on The Pat Summitt Show, airing Monday nights at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
CSS, your source for sports in the Southeast.
Tennessee down 5 at halftime has come roaring back in the second half to lead Auburn 79-60 here at Thompson Bowling Arena. If you'd like to win tickets to the Mississippi State at Tennessee women's basketball game on January 26th, email us at css@cable.comcast.com. Please give your name, address, phone number, and you'll be eligible to win a pair of tickets to the game. This is a limited time offer. Auburn comes in off the timeout, and Brackett drills it for the corner. So Brackett's got 22.
It's a nice way for Brackett to bounce back from her 5-point game. But unfortunately, it's a little bit too late for Auburn. They just with down 16 points in less than 2.5 minutes, it'll be awfully tough for them to come back, especially with Latoya Davis nailing baseline jumpers.
It's contagious, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Somebody starts hitting, everybody starts hitting.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob, too, the Lady Vols certainly didn't hurt their 3-point percentage today behind the burst of Kara Lawson.
There's a foul going in.
As well as Zolman and Moore getting in on the act.
Lawson pleading her case. Lawson, early in the game, picked up 2 quick fouls, and that really seemed to throw the Tennessee offense in a bit of disarray for a moment. Lawson thought she got all ball.
Well, I saw some body contact.
Yeah, she sure did. So Brackett goes to the line.
Players never foul, though.
Brackett misses the free toss. She's got 22 today. 24 is her career high against Tulane earlier. Now listen to the hand for Kara Lawson. She heads to the bench with 20 points. What a second half she had, though. As Kara Lawson at halftime only had 3 points, 17 in the second half. Brackett hits 1 of 2. She's got 23, makes it 81-64.
Well, as Brackett goes to the bench, she really put in the type of effort that it'll take to lead her team to victory. Unfortunately for her and her team, they just got overpowered by the Lady Vols defense and some excellent shooting from downtown.
What a turnaround for Tennessee. 7 of 10 at 3-point range in the second half. Pfluger has her shot blocked. On the floor, out of bounds to Auburn. So Tennessee in the first half really struggled. 1 of 9 from 3-point range, and then just been hitting almost every one of them this half. So Pat Summitt, a minute 43 away from win number 799. She would join some very exclusive company of college basketball coaches like Dean Smith and Adolph Rupp with 800 wins. Only a handful of them.
Some of the legends of the game, and Pat Summitt is certainly one of the legends of not just women's basketball, but basketball. When you're talking about the names Dean Smith and Adolph Rupp and her joining the ranks of such outstanding basketball coaches.
Shot's no good outside. She's got a chance to get the 800th win coming up here on Tuesday night against DePaul, a game you'll be able to see here on CSS. Foul is on Taisha Pfluger. That'll be her second.
Bob, you know, the interesting thing, I can't think of anything I've done 800 times. Can you think of anything you've done consistently well 800 times?
And the line is Payne. 81-67 with 1:19 to go. Lady Vols trying to win their 41st SEC game at home.
It looked in jeopardy early in that, as we talked, in that first half, as well as Auburn came out, and as sharply as they were playing in the early going.
1 minute to go in the game. Fluker. No good on the baseline, and the rebound controlled by Johnson.
And the thing is, when people see this final score, it doesn't really tell the story of the game. Auburn really controlled this basketball game for a great deal and a great portion of the game, but just ran into a Tennessee team that found a way to get things done.
Loudon scores again, their second 3-pointer of the day. Zolman, head fake, missed the layup. 30 seconds to go, they'll reset the clock. Tennessee can just hold the ball for a last shot if they choose, or just let the clock run out. Lady Vols trying to win their 6th straight SEC championship, and off to a good start today against Auburn. Auburn's got one last chance to dent the scoring column. Down to 5 seconds. Loudon going to take it. Putback is going to be good, and that will end the scoring as Kubik scores with 1 second to go, and this game is over. Tennessee wins against Auburn 81-72. The Lady Vols have defeated the Tigers 7 straight times. Auburn led by 14 in the first half, but the Lady Vols came roaring back, led by the hot shooting of Carol Lawson, to win by a final of 81-72. Lawson had 20 points to lead Tennessee to victory number 11 on the season. Lady Vols go to 1-0 in the SEC. Back to wrap things up in just a moment.
Tune in to Shop at Home for quality products and honest values.
What is the...
CSS is your source for college basketball in the Southeast. CSS brings you more than 200 live basketball games from around the region. Tuesday night watch as the women of DePaul play the Lady Vols at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Then stay tuned for Rutgers at Notre Dame.
She has beautiful eyes. You're either born with them or you're not. And that little V thing at the top of her mouth, it's perfect. And her skin has this glow to it. It's totally natural. She just washes her face and goes.
Last year, Merle Norman taught almost 2 million women how to look and feel more beautiful with a free makeover.
And she says, I don't know anything about women.
Come in today for your free gift with purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
Lady Vols of Tennessee defeat Auburn today, 81-72, and a good one here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Auburn led by 5 at halftime, led by as many as 14 in the second half, but Tennessee got 2 straight three-pointers from Carol Lawson to open things up in the second half. That really seemed to give Tennessee a lot of momentum, and the Lady Vols then rolled to the victory, 81-72. If you'd like to keep up with what's going on CSS every day, then the place for you is to go to our CSS website at www.cssports.com. You'll find our weekly schedule there, so as well as other information about our network. CSS, it's your source for sports in the Southeast. Carol Lawson was the story in this game, Elijah. I think those 20 points and just the energy she brought to Tennessee in the second half.
Just the energy. You always talk about Carol Lawson and her being a clutch player. That doesn't always mean hitting shots at the end of games. It means hitting shots at key moments or doing the little things that can turn a basketball game around. And when you talk about her, you see the three-pointer, you see the emotion, and then all of a sudden, all the shots start falling for the Lady Vols.
Natasha Brackett, of course, was a key player for Auburn, 23 points today. But in the second half, Lori Moore did a good job of disrupting her and making sure Auburn had a tough time running its offense.
Well, she did at first. In the first half, she was guarding Nancy Derrick. They switch her off onto Brackett because she had such a strong first half. And then you see how she shut her down and really made it tough. She kind of scored some baskets eventually to push her point total up. But Lori Moore was a key defensive player for the Lady Vols, as she always is.
Indeed. And, of course, Tennessee, 1 of 9 in the first half in three-point shooting, but in the second half really stepped it up thanks to the hot shooting of Lawson, who, again, in the game winds up with 20 points. And the key thing for Lawson today, she had 6 three-pointers, 5 of those in the second half. So a good day for Tennessee, winning over Auburn, 81-72. Pat Summitt's 799th win. She goes for 800 on Tuesday night against DePaul, a game you can see here on CSS at 7.